Hello, and welcome back to Reverse 1999. So, today we're gonna go ahead and do Rhiannon's character story. We barely had any time spent with her. We've got a little bit there at the end. So I'm curious what we're gonna do with her. Is it gonna be a backstory to her to how she lived before Vernon found her, or if it's gonna be after? So yeah, I'm kind of curious. Let's take a look at this, shall we? The you that's meant to be. When will fledgling wings fully grow? When she leaps into the blue sky and finds she's already known to fly. The bird's cry from her childhood travels through the curtain of rain and echoes in her ear for once more. Let's do the survey just to see. Right, she's blood tinged, right? No, oh wait, what? Let me see that again. She's an all-rounder. What does that mean?
Good to see you, Button. I spotted you through Glyndor's eyes.
Yeah.
He's right
I just
there.
want to see
He just turned himself invisible. Don't worry.
What the hell does all-rounder mean? Counts as characters belonging to the... Wait, what? That's... Lingering Glow, Blood Tinge, Dynamo, Inspiration, Conduit, Burn, HP Sacrifice, Poisons, Ritual, Rank Up, Extra Action, and Shift. That's all the archetypes. Yeah, no wonder she's a good support. Holy hell. Alright, let's take a look. They're using the Blood Tinge team with her. Replacing Sentinel. Alright. I guess we can use her here.
So
immediately. Go with counter here. Buff her up. And do buff.
To fly. Ancient spirits of a nymph, I beseech you. The path will become clear.
Our victory comes in a tide of blood.
Okay, I see. So her stuff becomes AP3.
One of my best fledglings.
I hope you like a splash.
Sensing their thoughts. Listen to this. Enter the gate and see the light. Oh, ancient beings whose wings beat in their nests. This should do the trick.
Close your eyes. It will all be over soon.
Those may come with pain. Oh, hello, my shadowy friend.
Yoshi's with their thing.
One shatter can now remain.
All the pictures are with the buff or not. Okay, so you can basically use her stuff.
One of my
no
best
problem.
moves, fledglings. Time to fly. Feel like making some new points.
That was certainly a choice.
Slosh. Enter the gate and see the light.
Yeah, I can just do whatever we want. That's crazy.
I can do this.
That guy's gone.
Now, give us a big smile.
Have I startled you?
How about a game of hide and seek? One shatter can now remain.
Alright. Bonk. Alright, you only have the two guys left.
Don't back down.
We're gonna save up like a skill thing here
One of my
for
best
later.
moves. Listen to this. Sensing their thoughts.
Agreed.
Alright, this should be
That
good.
was certainly a choice.
Ancient spirits of a nymph, I beseech you. A flurry of arcane skills. Come dance with us.
blood will burn. Trust me, it won't hurt.
There we go.
Just will you?
Alright, now we can do that. So let's put the bucket here.
Time to fly.
Let's put our
Taking
encounter.
a peek inside.
Uh-huh.
Like make it.
I hope you like it.
Enter
Alright,
the gate
let's see.
and see the light. Yummy. Close your eyes. Now, give us a big smile.
Close your eyes. It will all be over soon.
Alright. Nice. They can symbolize with the extra attack, and there comes
One shattered.
Nautica.
Now leaving.
Bonk. Right, that guy's dead, and now we can just focus entirely on this guy. Nice. Right,
One of my best luck is ready.
this.
So am I.
Uh-huh.
Listen to this.
Agreed.
Alright, let's see.
Oh, ancient beings whose wings beat in their nests. Ancient spirits of anew, I beseech you. Though it may come with pain. Let's dance with the shadows.
Very well. Have I startled you?
Right.
Rotten luck!
Alright, I think we're good. So let's
One of my best fledglings. Time to fly. Taking a
that
peek
one.
inside.
Let's go for attack
And in their
here.
thoughts.
And there we go.
Enter
That
the
should be
gate
good enough to kill
and
them.
see the light. This should do the trick. I can do this. Face the truth.
Close your eyes. It will all be over soon.
Alright, I think this should be good damage. Let's see.
One
15
shattered,
spikes. Oh, yeah.
Now leaving.
Still not enough to kill, but yeah.
Get off.
Alright, let's just do attack.
Taking a peek inside, sensing the
That was
Just full on
certainly a
attack.
choice.
Oh, hello, my shadowy friend.
Trust me, it won't hurt.
Alright, let's go
One of my best moves.
attack,
Taking a peek at sensing
attack,
their thoughts.
Agreed.
that, and
Enter
that.
the gate
There we go, that should be
and
good enough
see
to
the
kill him.
light. This should do the trick. Though it may come with pain.
Have I startled you?
Alright, this should be good enough to kill him.
One shattered, now leaving.
There we go. Boom.
Can I give everyone a ride on my...
Alright, let's go. Okay, so here's backstory for Rhiannon. Alright, let's see what this is then. The young traveler. single room will be 4 coins a night. Breakfast delivered to your door will be 1 coin extra. Alright, that makes 5. Rhiannon opens her coin purse and lets a few coins spill from her palm. Cool. The fledgling perches upside down in her wand, spots the glint of treasure and stretches out to snatch it.
Stop it!
She flicks the bird's still tender beak. The fledgling gives an indignant little shake.
Please allow me.
Don't turn away anyone here. Witches, shamans, druids. Why, even vampires will get clean, cozy beds if they're going for it. Glares at the 2 Adam Lich Gwyn.
That'll be an extra charge.
Pets, though, that'll be 2 coins extra.
It's all too much.
2? No, that's way too much. How about this? I'll clean the room before I go. You won't find as much as a single feather, I promise. A soft gray plume drips into the counter. Molting season strikes again. Right. You know, we once had a guest who insisted on bringing us, Dwin inside. The water horse nearly flooded the whole room. Charged him with an entire new set of bedding, I did. Be glad I'm only charging a coin per parrot.
They're not parrots.
She mutters under her breath, but relents, setting the 7 gleaming coins onto the counter. Hey look, it's Sharpenantes. The lion cubs stamped on them roar silently at him. And what would these be, miss?
Sir.
Sharpenantes, sir. I know what they are, but we only take shillings, miss. Shillings! Not arcanist coins. Shillings, The town may not bar its doors to arcanists, but it's far from being the witches' fair in Kinarfum? Sharpenantes have never passed for legal tender in the mundane world. Folks around here are more familiar with the king's profile looking back at them as opposed to the snapping lion.
Right.
Right. She smiles sheepishly and begins digging through her bag. Spare cloves, biscuits, jarred chocolates, spread. So many items, yet not a trace of any human-accepted coin.
Miss?
You do have shillings, don't you, miss? Of course I do. I just, She scratches her cheek, embarrassed. My mom threw me out, you see, so it was also sudden. I didn't really have a chance to pack proper money. So you haven't any of them. He pushes the Sharpenantes back to her. Best you go home and patch things up with your ma'am while it's still daylight. Better than spending a night in the stable with your parents. Oh, I know. How about I help you out and run the hotel instead? She's not ready to give up on the cozy bed just yet. I know plenty of handy arcane skills. Boiling water without fire, prepping ingredients without a knife, and making a bed before you can even say fluff the pillows. With all due respect, miss, this isn't some pragmatist office. I won't be responsible for putting my neighbors out of a job. Pragmatist? You know, pragmatism. It's all the rage with those big shots in London. Though the hotelier himself doesn't fully understand the debates he's read about in the papers, the buzzword leaves Rhiannon downright stupefied. Now, what is all that fuss about?
Mrs. Owen!
This young witch here is trying to check in without a shilling to her name. That's not. I wasn't trying to. The old woman raises a finger to her lips. Come now, we don't make scenes at the front desk. Think of the other guests. This. Miss Owens waves her hand. Go help in the kitchen, I'll take care of this. The hotelier takes a respectful nod and steps away from the counter. His defense speaks volumes about the woman. Is she the owner, or...?
It's only that...
Ma'am, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. I just... Thrown out by... Dubharchu Tiwil. Were you? That's probably butchered that name. What? A bit of a mouthful for most, but... yeah, of course. But to Rhiannon, the name carries a very different weight. You know. That I do. I also had tea with Yvonne, though little Gwen, taught little Gwen her letters. Why, I even went all the way to London to help Thomas get his hands on the latest bicycle. Rhiannon's mother, father, cousin, and uncle, all the that cerulean bicycle she'd fallen off in once herself. Her eyes were wide as saucers. And you, little Aderin. Oh, that's her real name? Okay. Well, not so little now, I suppose. How have you been all these years? Old enough to travel on your own, and are you? Mom and I have been secluded for so long, and yet you still know my name. I take it you're an old friend of the family. The other Lich Gwyn, dangling from her wand, stares at Miss Owen, as though trying to burn a hole right through her. Hey, quit your staring, it's terribly rude. It's quite alright, dear. I'm glad to see you and these little birds are getting along better now. The last time we've met, you were little more than a babbling babe, and they were chasing you all over the place. How I miss those days, telling the tweeling children and their birds at the fair, laughter and chirping filling the streets. Your family was quite a prominent one back then. Had a big estate right outside town, not like now. Huh. Miss Owens catches herself in a moment too late. Forgive me, dear. You need a room for the night, don't you? Yes, Gwyndir dropped me off. I have two, I guess you call them friends. We agreed to meet him here in town. That heartless, Dobarchu. Dobarchu? Sending you off without much is chilling. I'd love to put you in for the night, but once word gets out.
I see.
Don't worry, I understand, Miss Owen. Rhiannon picks up her bag and gives a small bow.
Where are you off to then?
Madam.
The ruin's just outside town, ma'am. My friends and I would sometimes spend the night there when we were little. That won't do. That won't do at all. Miss Owen takes her hand gently. Rest here a while. Have some tea and biscuits. And if you're tired, just let me know and I'll show you to the break room. Rhiannon hesitates. Miss Owen's words carry a familiar warmth, yet they haven't seen each other in so long. So long, in fact, that Rhiannon can't find so much as a trace of her in her memory. I know, it's been so long I might seem like a right stranger to you, but we've got plenty of time to get reacquainted now, don't we? Come, have a seat. You can tell me about yourself and your remarkable little birds, or even your mean old witch of a mother if you'd like. She's complicated. She's complained to me more times than I can count. You said you never wanted to set out on your journey, and yet here you are. So, what has her little two-wheel bird decided to fly off to? Hearing the secret she'd only ever told her mother, spoken back to her, shatters what left of her defense.
How could she do this?
I can't believe she... Oh.
Here's the thing.
Guess you might as well hear the whole thing, then. It all started that morning, the day before my birthday. Alright, we go immediately to part 2. Comes to a gentle wind. Here I humbly stand at the cleft of the East Earth, beseeching Anwin's mercy. I offer my flesh as a pledge, grant me sight for this world and the worlds beyond. Her eyes meet another's in the darkness, flashing with a golden hue. Nothing, not so much as a breeze. Light shimmers across the water. Giant birds, half translucent tail feathers, catch the color of it and quiver.
Glinda.
Whoops. The bird stares back at her without a response. Again, did I mess up the incantation up somehow? Where did I go wrong? She draws a deep breath and points into her wand at the lake. Water! Change the water! The calm lake ripples as her incantation spread across it. Then the water churns and rises. From the surface is no longer mist. Colorful crystalline bubbles float upwards, and the light they refract dances with the shadows of her face. Pop! The other Lich Gwyn attacks the rising bubbles with eyes wide, but with a flap of its wings, the bubbles burst one by one, falling back into the lake and taking the dreamy scene with them. The little bird beats its wings to take off from the wand and settle atop Aderin's head. Stop it! She lifts the fledgling from her hair and holds it close. Still can't bond with Glindwir. A teal wheel of 16 must journey far. with blessings and dear companion in sight. How am I to carry on the tradition if I can't so much as... With a sigh, she returns to the little bird to her wand. Then she turns to face the still silent Glyndwr.
Am I not good enough?
You still don't accept me? Am I still not worth it, Glyndwr? Is that it? Adrin murmurs her worries as she strokes the elderly twin smooth breast feathers, just as she's done after each of her many failed attempts before. Glyndwr looks down at the jackal little witch and lets out a rumble. I'm befitting of a bird. Nothing for it but to keep trying, I suppose. But that inner door has never stayed shut. Let's go home, Gwyndr. Glyndwr stops obediently into the ground, letting Adrin climb on his back. Suddenly the thudding against the wooden door shakes the drowsy bird sheltering under the eaves of the otherwise quiet orchard. The vine-choked latch rattles under the impact, no longer strong enough to contain the fearsome creature within, which promptly rolls in a small and rotund form out. Though freshly hatched, its feathers wings are still wet and sticky. Even hatchlings waddle out. The hatchling waddles out for an adventure. As if sensing trouble in the breeze, it rolls its round little body to one side, only to bump straight into the path of the very trouble it was avoiding. The hatchling lets out a shrill chirp as a gust from Gwynder's wings sets it tumbling towards the well. Before it can fall into the ice-cold water, though, a hand catches it. You! She cups the tiny creature in her palms and looks it over, incredulous. Unlike Gwendolyn's solid beak, this one's half translucent, like horse chestnut bud, catching the earliest spring lights, pale, curved, and new. A newborn out of the Lithuine.
What winds brought you here, little one?
But the nesting box has been empty for years. What winds brought you here, little lad? It wriggles furiously, but doesn't escaping the practiced bird trainer's hands. Don't care for being called little lad, do you? Adrin, unbothered by the sticky membrane coating the plump little bird, pitches both wings delicately and flips it over.
Oh.
A girl. Pardon me, miss. How about backhand? A hatchling this young has no understanding of her language, so the gesture is just a silly trifle. But the little creature struggles again, and tender as it looks, her beak is already sharp enough to draw faint lines across her palm. Adrin pulls her hand back. The hatchling seizes the moment and lifts her wings wide, only to crash helplessly into the ground. Yeah, you're not strong enough to fly just yet, buddy. Peckham rolls across the ground without any coordination, causing it itself to pick up a solid coating of dust and debris. Adrin scoops up the pitiful creature and brushes her off. Not so fun being covered in dirt, is it? She looks at Beckham with a bemused, almost maternal smile. The damp membrane and dust have mixed into clumps of mud, caking her wings. Don't you worry, little Beckham. I'll get you tidied up right up. That time, she cleans the hatchling using some well water warmed with drought, and dries her delicate down to the flame of pure flurry. 3 years without a hatchling to tend to, yet her hands still remember every step. The little bird sleepily sunbathing atop her wand is proof enough of that. Oh, is that her mom? It's sunny in London for a change. You should come to the witch's fair sometimes, Adrin. I'm certain you'd enjoy it. A voice attempting to spread with the warmth, yet unable to conceal the stiffness beneath it, comes through the oil and grit clouded water. Oh, this water is positively filthy. What have you been up to? Adrin leans over to the basin and stirs the water through which her mother is speaking. Okay, then carries the sleepy little Backen over to it. I found her today right outside the coop. Today? But who could she be? Dovar Chu touches her chin as she looks past her daughter to the giant bird standing silent behind her. Winter? He replies with a huff. I'll get to the bottom of this. Remember to keep her warm. Got it. So, when will you return? The subject change is far from graceful, but when it comes to her mother, nothing ever is. Soon. A sharp bell chimes through the water. Dorbatsu stepped into a quiet store. I'm picking up some things for you to take on your journey. Almost home after all. My journey. A new wand, a 10th enchantment with space expansion, or you can pick your own, whatever you like. No, I can't possibly ask for anything. I don't deserve to go, man. I failed again. Adrian's mouth opens and shuts as she struggles to find the words she wants to say.
Could you tell me, was I not brave enough?
Was I too cowardly? You know, that night. Is that why Gwynder so unbonded me? Okay. Part 3. The Growing Pain. Poor thing. Miss Owen dabs the corner of her eyes with a handkerchief. I remember that night, the night the great Tyrell family scattered to the winds, like leaves fallen from an oak tree. I helped the surviving Tyrells move after the poachers had been driven off, you know. Some stayed in this very hotel until their new homes were built. Others traveled further, Cardiff, Dublin, London, some even across the pond. It was just the Barchu that hid away with the birds and you. Miss Owen picks a bilberry from the fruit dish and holds it to Beckham's beak. I know just how hard it is for a teenager to live in the same day over and over. My own daughter could hardly stay put for 2 days without getting restless. Your mother said you were only a child then, and you did everything you could. Why would you think you weren't brave enough? Why would you think you weren't brave enough? If only I'd been braver, if I hadn't been thrown from the flight. I could have saved them. Could I save them? Could Ted still be...
Darren.
Darren, okay. Dobarchu's smile fades as she says her name with an almost scolding tone. You were 12 years old. This should never have been your burden to bear. You always shut me out like this, but I wasn't even part of it. What if, even if it's only one chance out of 1,000, even 10,000, what if I could have defeated those poachers? Darren. The water sloshes out of the basin and her words dissolve into the spillage. Darren pushes her lips and steps back, pulling her feet away from the dirty water creeping towards her. In the end, nothing comes out. After a moment, she turns towards the fading sunlight, pushes open the orchard gate, and walks into the woods without looking back. Years of neglect have seen nature reclaim the path to the place she once called her home. And now she's struggling through the waist-high grass, guided only by moonlight. She pushes away the wild overgrowth. The rustling sound rolls outwards in waves all the way to the forest edge. Gwynder, are you there? A cold gleam of moonlight sweeps across the empty corner behind her and disappears.
That night.
Just like back then. A moonless night with a chilly breeze. I would have been bubbling around in the dark if it weren't for my arcane skills glow. I offer my flesh as pledge, grant me sight of the world and the worlds beyond. Darren stumbles through the incantation, and energy pours out from the tip of the bird branch she's holding. Ah, flashbang. The arcane skill forms a string of incomprehensible symbols, then sinks into Gwynder's feathers. Well, did it work, Gwynder? For a moment, her eager face is illuminated not by moonlight, but by an arcane glow. The bonding. It worked, right? Please tell me it worked. He raises wings and preens its feathers ruffled by arcane energy. Darren closes her eyes. She tries to shut out the world, tries to perceive with her heart, and yet there's nothing to perceive. The elders always said the incantation flows between witches and their bonded Adar Lich Queen, but there should be a stream. She can only feel the void of space between them.
I see it now.
Gwynder's silence drives her mad. Her cheeks puff and her arms fling outwards, an attempt at some kind of bird body language.
You little skinflint!
You're real stinky, you know that? I thought we were friends, but you won't let me borrow your sight. It's a bird eye view. Too much to ask for. Don't you coo me. I'm not forgiving you, you big bird brain. She slumps into the ground with a huff. Gwynder looks down at her, then settles to give her a soft wall of feathers to rest against. And just like that, all is forgiven. Is it because you think I'm not strong enough? But I've already mastered 32 arcane skills. That's got to count for something. Gwynder huffs out a warm breath. Darren then can read the incredulous "really" written on his face. He had, after all, been there the day she burned off her father's eyebrows with Draco Drought. Alright, mastered might be a stretch. But I'm still really strong, aren't I? Why one day I'll be strong as the goddess Rhiannon herself. Darren takes a... wait, is that why she calls herself that? Darren takes a fist and swings it through the air.
What?
Huh? A fiery glow rises from the horizon beyond the surrounding trees. Another explosion, red and orange, blooms across the sky. For a moment her mind goes blank, then adrenaline yanks her back. No!
Hurry!
Gwynder, quick, fly back, go without me. Without a moment, hesitation, he spreads his wings and vanishes into the night. Darren's legs fight the knee-high grass and she sprints towards a blazing sky. She still clings to a shred of hope. But the fire swallowing her home threatens to burn and shred the hope away. Fire!
Dad!
Mom! Gwen! The sight of a stranger stopped her from calling any more loved ones' names.
Stop right there!
Straggler, is it? Don't let her get away. She tightens her grip on her birch branch. Alright. What is it, a minigame or it's a fight? Let's see. Minigame. Join Rhiannon on her adventure. Okay. Okay, okay, let's go imitate the dance for now. Let's go for riposte's stance. We need to reach day 8, huh? Let's go for that. Alright, battle. Let's see. Alright, I think she's gonna win. There we go. Yay! Okay, it's kind of fun. Part 4. The Dark... Let me see, it's 8. 9 actually. Huh, surprising. Okay, it's a little longer than normal. 4. The Darkest Hour. Her father used to say with a smile that fire was the greediest child of all. Darren never agreed, but she had her biggest appetite, the most strength and the sturdiest body. How could a few little flames drive the greatest Tywin of them all? Ted, ma'am, where are you? The door frame etched into the heightened generations of Tywin children, the birdhouse built to mark their first elderly Queen's Patch Day, the oak tree her mother had brought all the way from her hometown when it was just a sapling. The heat and smoke forced tears in her eyes. You're right, Ted. He really is the greediest. She staggers towards the blaze. The arcane barrier she conjures barely reaches her skin before it seared away. Ow! The flames devouring the manor taunt her with the cracking of the groans of the long-dried wood. Where is everyone? Winter. The bird's cry cuts through the heavy smoke, letting a silver pale moonlight fall into the center of the fire. Ted! She tears away from her original path and veers towards the heart of the flames. Stay back! She halts. There's something in his shoulder. Shout. Something ragged and broken that is never heard from him before. His contorted face is covering in sweat and blackened by smoke. She can't help but take 2 steps forward, her eyes strained to see past the flames. Huh? Her foot catches something soft. Gwen? Her cousin lies still on the scorched earth. Her lovely red locks are now charred and brittle. She curls up and still as if slumbering. No, she's clutching something small and gray. It's a young feathers. Feathers that once cut through wind and caught the light are now limp and dull. Gwen, get up! You have to run! Darren's voice scrapes against her throat like a rusted blade. She rubs her eyes with the shaky hands, trying to see through the wall of fire.
Darren!
Run! But she pushes through the flames and sees everything. Every shred of hope turns to ash and blows away on the wind. She can make out the dark silhouettes of some other Tywils. Among the flames, some are standing, while others, like Gwen, have fallen. Her mouth gapes as if to scream, but nothing comes out. Wherever, she's an arcanist. Darren spins around. The slumbering incantation she casts is clumsy and unpracticed, then slumps to the ground, but their eyes close for only a moment. They stagger back up and raise their axes towards her. Their smoke-reddened eyes glaze over their ash-covered faces like something from a nightmare. Are you gonna let a little brat get the best of you? The outsiders burst into laughter, as if her burning home was nothing more than a bonfire to them.
Don't touch her!
Her father struggles against his restraints, but the enchantment rope hold him fast. Darren waves her wand breathlessly, only to find that sparks have already produced her birch-drenched charcoal.
Dad!
How touching. We could let her go, of course. A sinister grin spreads across his face. You call yourself a protectors, but just how far do those ideals extend, I wonder? Quite the flock you've got here. Invisibility, speed, loyalty, ancient arcanum's gift to the modern world, or for a whole air fleet with a lot of them.
We'll let one of you survive for each one of the birds you give up.
Yeah. The birds? Her gaze shifts towards Gwynder, the strongest adult adult queen of the Tywin family. Her father's friend and partner, her guardian and playmate.
Darren!
His voice is helpless, resigned. It's the same sort of half scolding, half indulgent sigh she's heard whenever she's misbehaved.
Glendor! Get her out of here!
The giant bird surges upwards, but with one sweep of the wings before Darren can even react, her collar is yanked right from behind, and her feet leave the ground.
No!
Don't! Stop it! Her struggling only makes the bird beat his wings fast and harder.
Put me down! I'm not leaving!
She knows it's no use. A full-grown adult queen can fly faster than even the strongest of gales. Through teary eyes, Darren watches her home. Once lush green turned burning red, disappeared from view. I offer thy flesh and pledge to grant my sight to the world and the world beyond. Winder opens his talons as he comes down for a landing, like letting Adarin stumble into the soft grass. He folds his wings and stands over her like a proud grey oak. His gold eyes are looking down at the weeping girl. Go, just go. She pushes herself up from the grass and shoves at the giant bird with all her strength, but Adarin can't move him an inch.
I'm fine. Save them! Please! Go!
Her broken cries scatter in the wind. Glinder's golden pupils narrow into pinpoints. He opens his wings just a little and moves instinctively towards the trembling girl. Please. Adarin reaches her tear-stricken hands to lay them against his beak. He gives Adarin a long, sympathetic look. Then he spreads his wings wide, resulting in gusts. Gusts rolls across the sea of grass like a tide as he takes to the now moonlit sky and flies back towards the rising smoke and orange glowing flames. Adarin crumbles into the ground. She's left with only the crisp midnight wind to comfort her. It tears her heart open, and through it their wails together. Man. Oof. Alright, let's go again. Yep, let's go for the dance again. Let's go for more attack. Yeah, let's go for that. Let's go for a bit more health now. Let's go for a sneak ahead so we can get more magic. Let's go for that. More magic. Alright, battle ahead. Alright, we're doing good. There we go. Let's go for ultimate damage. Alright, we need to reach. Let's go ahead and increase our HP for a bit. Alright, well, day 15. Let's see. Yeah, I think we can out-damage the guy. We can at least get our ultimate up. Okay, yeah, we're good. Alright. A willing exile. As this chapter of her tale comes to an end, the room falls into a stunned silence. Oh, I'm so sorry, my dear. It must have been terribly painful to remember that night. For once, Miss Owen's composure fails her. She fumbles between reaching for either her handkerchief or Rhiannon's hand, yet she manages in neither. You've done nothing wrong, child. Running into the fire, trying to find your family was not a mistake. Neither was surviving it. Rhiannon goes still. That's what Ma'am told me. Yeah, Adarin's ears flush as she thinks how stubborn she'd been, wondering how long she had misunderstood these words. She reaches for her tea only to find the cup empty.
What happened next?
But the guy came back, so hotly her teapot in hand, yet engrossed in the story, moves reflexively to refill her cup. Ah, right, sugar? No, thank you. as for what happened next. Alright, carrying on with the story. All the smoke I'd breathed and left me quite ill, so for the days that followed were mostly spent in bed. By the time I'd recovered, Ma'am already had taken care of everything. You wouldn't have known there was a fire from the look of it. Even that accurate smoky stench had disappeared, replaced by something so sterile it felt unnatural. Where am I? Darren pulls herself out of bed, a makeshift thing of wood, planks and pile of furs, so thick that one might mistake her for the self-same protagonist of The Princess and the Pea. Mom! Oh boy, completely burned down, huh? The first thing she sees as she steps outside is her mother, back turned to her, drawing a shape in the air with her wand. She stands in the center of the blackened earth, ravaged by fire and grief. A faint arcane glow envelops her fingertips and ripples out. Then a soft drizzle falls onto the blue sky, erasing stains and smoothing the wound of the earth. Mom! Mom! Only when does Darren notice just how scratchy and raw she sounds. The witch pauses. The light at her fingers is fading as she turns. Doharchu's eyes are dry, her face a home of tranquility that looks forced and exhausting to uphold. It frightens Darren more than any tear-stained soul could. What about the others? What about Winder and Tad? Doharchu crouches down to meet her daughter's wide eyes. By the time I got back, it was too late. But you're restoring the defensive array. Your father activated it in the end. We've been exposed, but anyone who comes sniffing around after deserves what they'll find. Her tone matches her face, serene, daring, and unbothered. And yet, the words fall in Darren's heart like a cold raindrops on an approaching storm. Despite being a witch of the water, it is one rain cloud she's powerless to cast away. Darren's words go silent. Her mother moves, no sound follows, but salty, warm tears find their way inside. Sobs wreck her body, she curls into herself. Though Haruchu doesn't stop her, nor does she offer any comfort. She simply sits beside her, keeping her daughter at arm's length like a distant silent dam, bearing the weight of their tears. Her hands rest on her knees, knuckle white. She waits for the flood to stop surging. Time crawls on. Once the sobs finally give way to the choked, ragged breaths, though Haruchu stands. Have you cried it all out? Her stacked composure leaves Darren without a refuge. Mom, you... So Haruchu reaches out, not to wipe away the daughter's tears, but to brush the last specks of ash from the ends of her hair. Here. This place has nothing left for us. Leave your tears here as well, Darren. But this is ours. The word home is still lingering heavy on her tongue, but Haruchu offers her a hand. The morning light falling on her face highlights the steely calm behind all the fatigue. Come, Darren. It's time to leave. She looks around at the charred ruin. A hope no longer. Leave? Where to? Somewhere you can learn to breathe again. Move. They pass through the valleys filled with an ancient forest painted in sun-dappled shadows, flying fast and far in an attempt to outrun the heartache. At last they arrived. Sorry, I can't tell you exactly where. That road was really long, so long I thought it'd never end. It did eventually. I remember Mom painting a curtain of vines dotted with small white flowers. The first thing that hit Darren is the scent of sweet fruit and damp earth, and then the sight of the sunlight filtering down through the canopy, warm and honey gold. At the heart of the orchard, beneath the most gnarled of the fruit trees, nested a large feathered form. The bird's wings are folded over his puffed body, sheltering the clutch of gray speckled eggs. He rests his head against one of them, listening for the faint rhythm of life within. Winder! The giant bird turns his head, his eyes no longer blazing gold, but instead a calm amber. He meets Darren's gaze. She sees neither reproach or grief in his eyes, only an understanding serenity. Mom, Winder's here. Does that mean the others? The reply comes as a calm breeze, and bothered as it snuffed out the last sparks of her hopes. We're all that's left, Darren. I don't understand. When dawn came, we made a decision. The surviving tidal winds would scatter. The others are bound for Cardiff, Dublin, London, even Paris. I thought you said we were the only ones left. And we are. Conflict is sweeping in the world. Those greedy fanatical eyes, the same ones you saw that night, will stop at nothing to take all they can to exploit. We will not let our dearest companions be made into weapons of war. That's why we must let the Adaru Lich Queen fade into legend, into a myth, those whose very existence people will come to doubt. It's the only way to protect them, and the safest, I know that. I believe so. She looks over to her young daughter and speaks again. The other survivors will move elsewhere with only their necessary memories and a carefully constructed story. There, they'll live ordinary lives, guarding the legend of the Adaru Lich Queen. As for Gwynder and I, we will stay here, sheltered by layers of incantation and hidden from the world. For how long? Until time brings us a better answer, or until one is not needed. This is the promise I made to your father, the unfinished work I will carry on in his stead. Her voice grows both softer and more certain. It need not be your path. You can write a story that has nothing to do with legend or history, a story that is wholly yours. She pauses and breaks the cold barrier between them to rest her hand on her daughter's shoulder. I can't make this choice for you. I know that staying here means... No more playing in the woods, and no more school either. I have to say goodbye to my friends and teachers. Duhabarchu watches her tears well up in the corner of her daughter's reddening eyes and draws a deep breath. I continue to your aunts in Perthshire, far enough and safe, or I can enroll you in a secluded school where the teacher will look after you. Mom, how can you be so calm? Dad's gone, everyone else has left, and now you want to send me away too. Aren't you sad? Why won't you cry? There's no room for tears, not for me, and not for you. She rises to her feet and approaches Gwynder, still nesting beneath the gnarled old tree. This isn't your burden to bear, Darren. Dovarchu awaits her daughter's sobs, then a wave in the wind seems to still in patient anticipation. Damn. Oh, it's just pain, goddamn. This whole thing is just pain. Right, part 6. Honeyed words. Ah, yes. That's the Dobarchu, I know.
What an utterly ruthless woman.
Tender yet heartless, a witch among witches, the most mysterious of all arcanists. Rhiannon scratches her cheeks at the loss. As a daughter, she ought to defend her mother, but she knows Miss Olwen is right.
Then what?
I heard you fought with Dobarchu and eve of your 16th birthday and stormed off. No, I mean, I won't call that a fight exactly. Mom was only trying to comfort me and I didn't want to listen, so I left. Oh, ran away from home, did you?
I didn't.
No, nothing like that. I wanted to see home again, our old home, just to visit to pay my respects to Tad and the others. Uh-huh. Trouble always comes without warning. David, stay. The leaf-covered ground gives way, sending her plummeting into a pit. Only a quick burst of arcane energy keeps her from hitting the bottom. The other Lich Queen, far too large to fall in, crouches at the edge. He peers down and calls out, worried. I'm fine. The pit reeks of rotten metal. The side of a rope net rigged at the bottom sends a bit of cold dripping down her back. What is that? I figured out something. Go on, check out a big one. Before she can process what's happening, sounds of footsteps and clanging metal close in and from outside the trees.
Window!
Take them away. She grabs the fledgling from her shoulder and holds it up, trying to get it to fly, but the malicious voice boom goes through for escape. Quick, turn invisible. Winter has already concealed himself within the light, but the two fledglings clinging to a Darren have yet to master that trick. Several rough of avarice faces crowded on the pit's edge. Oi, it's a girl, and she got some chicks. That tip-off was money well spent. It was young Adaru Lich Queens. Just imagine the sharp bounty we can get from those on the black market. Hand snatches her shoulder. The frightened fledglings crouch and puff their feathers. Adarin's body reacts more, before her mind can. She throws herself to the far side of the pit, but she's not fast enough to escape the greedy, callous fingertips of that graze her collar. Tch! As she sees a glint of drawn weapons above her, a bold idea takes shape. Wait, don't hurt them or me. She lifts her head back. Moonlight filters through the canopy above the highlight, her mud-smeared face, and the helpless panic expression she puts on display. Adarin tightens her hold on the fledglings. Perhaps it's her imagination, but the little birds seem to understand. The bigger one sells for more, right? That's what you're after, the full-grown birds. She gulps and sells the idea that she's steering herself to divulge a secret. I know a place. There's a nest, more than one bird. If you let me and the fledglings go. The poachers look at each other with the narrowed eyes, weighing her words. Lying to us won't end well for you.
Of course.
Of course. I'm a hunter, you know, so I know these woods. I came across the nest by accident. It's well hidden in a ruin to the east. It's where I found these ones. Look. Convinced by the fledglings in her arms, they drop a rope into the pit. Climb up. Adarin settles the fledglings back on her wand, grabs the rope and pulls herself up. She may have made it out of the trap and back into the moonlight, but she can't help feeling though she stepped into a far more dangerous cage. This way, let's go. She points to what she remembered to be east, keeping up with the right amount of fear in her voice. It's a bit of a walk. Don't try nothing. He'll lead poacher past her his ulster weapon, letting his presence finish the threat. Of course, as long as you were willing to spare me and my birds. And if you could deal with the large ones at the nest, I'd be even more grateful. Go right in over your head with the big one, did you? Yes, I mean, I saw these two from the nest, so... Oh, they say other lich queens are known to hold grudges. Yes, exactly. That's why the bigger one won't leave me alone. But after hatching them and caring for them, I can't bring myself to give them back. Ha! You got nerves, I'll give you that. The poachers shove her forward, and they set off. Adarin leads them with a limp and nervous smile on her face. Every step she takes weaves another thread into a dangerous lie. Her palms are clammy, and but her chilly wind dries with them somewhat. She wants to believe the Gwynder is silently watching from above. I have to do this. She has to keep up the act, either until an opportunity presents itself or she is backed into a corner. Alright. Minigame time. Alright, let's go. Let's go for this. Let's go. Them battle already? That sucks for us. Yes. Let's go for... Yeah, let's go for that one. Let's go for, yeah, play it safe for now. Okay, great. Another battle immediately then. Let's go for that one. Let's go. Nah, let's go for a guaranteed riposte. Let's go more riposte. Damn it, 2 rough days in the. Goddamn. Yeah, let's go for more defense. Are you kidding me? Let's go for max HP. Alright, last fight. Alright. Right, we should be able to do the ultimate now. Oh wait, really? There we go. It's gonna be a close one. There we go. Pretty close. Scourging Raft. Darkness gives way to dawn. The still sleeping sunrise bathes everything in a pale glow. And as we reach the path's end and that radiance capable of bringing every secret to light, scorched ruin looms ahead. Here it is. The breeze carries a familiar scent. No longer than the sweetness of the orchard, it's all ash and grief soaked in deep into the soil and rumbled with no amount of rain could hope to wash away. A few burned and broken walls, skeletal remains poking out from a grave, are all that remain of her home. Boy. Sounds she had hoped to forget now come back to her, the crackling of burning wood, her own panic cries, and the adult Leech Queen's mournful calls. Whatever joy her 16th birthday should have brought is replaced by something else, a narrow, deep guilt she had never been able to shake. Now, in this charred, dead ruin, it wakes again, far more terrible than before. If only I'd been braver, if I hadn't frozen. If Gwynder hasn't needed to rescue me, if he just stayed with Tad, he might have mind. Again and again, she punishes herself for the sin, for not being enough. Leave, Darren. A childlike voice in the back of her mind, caught between calm and crying, commands her. Turn invisible. Turn back. Go back to the orchard, reinforce the rituals. You can't afford another mistake, so leave it someone who won't make one. Wait for Mom, she'll handle it. There's the voice again, timid yet tempting. She can't deny its logic to the sound. Invisibility. She finds safety in the idea, like a siren call. Feels dark yet almost irresistible. She can feel the arcane energy she inherited from her mother, stirring, is desperate to conceal her, desperate to wipe away every trace of her presence. One incantation, one of the few she knows by heart, and she would vanish. She would leave these poachers through a stronger, more reliable witch. But you won't run, will you? Now, Darren, go! Her steps slow, coming just shy of a complete stop. Her grip on her wand tightens, and a faint glow manifests around her trembling hand. Just as she's about to release the arcane energy, though, she catches the glint of her little companion's eye. Back on his wide, bright eyes reflect her own hesitant face. Layering on top of it is another pair of eyes, looking right back at her. They're the same eyes that watched her from the scorched ground, right until the bitter end. Their eyes filled with both despair and resolve. Eyes that, despite it all, never back down. Leave! You have to leave before it's too late! No. She grips her wand, and an arcane glow has expanded to engulf her white knuckles. I could make a mess of everything again. And maybe I'm not really sure what I ought to do, but I won't just lead the danger elsewhere and push my responsibility to someone else. I'm proud of you, Darren. The voice fades. What are you dragging your feet for? Come on, get moving. She draws a deep breath. The cold air, thick with ash and memories, fills her lungs and sweeps all throughout the retreat of her mind. This is it, gentlemen. Here, the poacher whoops in triumph and begins searching the charred ruins in her quarry. Now, crimson flames shoot from her wand, ensnaring the wrist of a bow-wielding poacher. Ah! The bow falls to the ground and he clutches his arm and begins rolling in the dirt. But Darren doesn't hesitate. A second Draco Drought is already charging in her wand. Damn it! I knew you were up to something! The poacher's hand flies to the weapons at his hip. Draco Drought. Bang! Her flames scatter the projectile just as it leaves the barrel. She's never encountered a firearm before and never really understood how it worked. The shower of hot sparks and metal slag catches her off guard. The sprite sends her stumbling back. Some guy do turn out to be. Those two chicks of yours will be more than make up for the trouble, though, wouldn't you say? Just as the leeching poacher raises his weapon again, the wind shifts without warning.
Lindor!
The great silhouette plunges its hard-long dive. The net! A large net, wide as a nearly shimmers, drops right into Gwynder's path. No, no. The sound it emits makes Adarin's skin crawl, but it's the cry of pain and fury that Glynder lets out that truly breaks her heart. No longer able to sustain his harmonization of light and shadow, the illusion blurring him falls, leaving Gwyndor fully exposed. It worked! It really worked! A full-grown Adar Lich Gwyn, a live one at that. So that bloody brat did? No, she dragged us, but it don't matter one bit. We've nabbed ourselves a big one. The poachers celebrate their catch, but Adarin doesn't move just yet. Phew. She bends down. Her fingers sink into the blackened earth in search of a pulse or the last sign of life for her long-dead home. Our defensive ritual. Oh yeah! The arcane energy offends to the faintest thread, weaving through the scarred dirt, a remnant ash to find a way up. Water, return to this earth in stone peace. A low rumble rises from below. What's that? He grips his gun and raises it towards Darren, but it is too late. One by one, as new incantations blaze across the dead earth, an underground river breaks through, soft and unyielding. What are you doing? No! The water coils around their heads like a python, seizing the air with brutal tenderness. Jeez. As the poachers go down, Darren springs towards her ensnared companion.
Lindor!
She throws herself over the fallen bird and cuts a sinister net array with precise arcane skills, taking care not to injure Glynder. Once freed, Glynder bows his head to nudge Darren's forehead with his large beak. Glynder, Darren. Is it Mom? It probably was Mom. Alright, that's a gentle wind. A travel-worn Dobarchu stands at the edge of the scorched ground, silky hair loose and tangled over her shoulders. Her eyes are wide with shock and a worry that hasn't quite settled.
Ma'am!
She scrambles to her feet. Why are you... No, how did you know I was here? The ritual was triggered, and, well, call it a murder situation. She hurries to her daughter's side, eyes darting over every nick and scratch. What happened? You're hurt. Satisfied with the daughter and otherwise safe, though Barchu turns her piercing gaze to the poachers. Darren pulls her shoulders back, as though her voice is still somewhat shaky. She recounts what happened with her more than a little pride. Poachers, just like that time. They wanted Adar Lich Queens, but me and Glynder, we beat them. She points eagerly at the Aqua Gaul ritual and the aftermath. Glynder protected me, and I activated the ritual, and I protected him. I protected the flock. I didn't run. I faced them. She draws a breath and meets her mother's eyes.
I can do this!
I believe I could do it. I'm brave enough now, aren't I? But her mother doesn't allow for any celebration just yet. She looks over to those extraordinary bright eyes, that still childlike face, and at the bloody scrapes and bruises that cover her head from head to toe.
Darren.
Her voice is sharp and stern. Why did you ever think you needed to prove it to me? Darren's stunned. All those words of bravery and victory lodge in her throat, choking her. She blinks, as if she hasn't quite understood the question. But because... You keep the nest secret. You protected Glynder and the fledglings. You even activated my ritual. You know at your age I struggle to even light a fire. She speaks with careful, weighted words. All that is remarkable, far beyond what I expected of you, but... Darren... She pauses, looking into her daughter's bewildered eyes, searching for what knot of doubt within that never came loose. Why would you think you have to prove your bravery to me? I couldn't protect Tad. I failed so many times to bond with Glynder, and yet you never blamed me for any of it, never asked anything of me. I thought I'd let you down, that you'd given up. No, Darren. I only thought that I should bear the Tywin family burden alone. bear its grudges and all that comes with them on my own. So this is a classic case of failure to communicate, huh? Your father, your cousin, and all the others who fell. They were robbed of their chance to move forward, but I thought that I could shoulder it all. Then perhaps at least you could fly free.
I never would have imagined you felt that way.
Again, miscommunications. Or a lack of communication. The voice carries no blame, only deep confusion and a love tinged with the remnants of grief. From the moment you ran back into the fire of our family, from the moment you choose to stay, quietly caring for the fledglings, enjoying the loneliness even without complaining. No, from the very day you were born. You've always been the bravest girl I could ask for, and one that I couldn't be more proud of. That courage has always been inside you.
You could never let me down.
Aw.
But
Glyndor coos at the echoes, and as if to echo Dobharchu's words. He shakes out the feathers in a net flattened, and rises unsteady to his feet, like stirring a gust of wind in the process.
Glyndor.
You're hurt. You shouldn't. Darren. Oh, did she make the connection? Yeah.
You can talk.
She made the bond with him. Now, all at once, the world and its sound fade. The breeze sweeping through her home remains. Her mother's breathing, the soft rustle of the valley trees, all are miles away. Fuck. She looks into the Lich Queen's great golden eyes and sees herself staring back. A startled face, eyes holding back tears, crystal clear yet so unfamiliar. Then there's a voice heard not through her ears, but somewhere in the depths of her heart.
You seek answers in books, in the arcane skills they teach you. Yet never have you ever listened to your own heartbeat.
Yeah. Her breath catches her in her chest.
Dawaku and I are waiting.
Damn.
Till the day you see yourself.
Damn, I completely read that name wrong. Doaku. I basically ignore half of the words, half of the letters in the name. Doaku. Doaku, yeah. The voice speaks with relief. This has been a long time coming. The chains that bound her innermost self snap, and the shell that shielded her heart cracks open from within, broken by a light that has always been there, a light finally given the chance to shine. The bond. The bond from that night, the one sealed by the order to leave her behind. Tears cascade down her cheeks. Tears only for herself. Oh goddamn, can you stop? For the girl who ran into the blaze only to find herself helpless within them. For the girl who practiced her arcane skills alone by the water. For the girl who stumbled her way to the present, weighed down by their perceived shortcomings. Yeah, there we go.
Ma'am.
I'm sorry. There's nothing to be sorry for, my Rhiannon. Looks like you've acknowledged your bond with the Glyndor. You can finally set up now. Now come, don't cry. It means you're growing up. Oh, so she always had the bond, huh? I'm not going anywhere. She always had the bond, but she didn't acknowledge it. Because she felt, oh, I see. On your 12th birthday, you answered was to stay. You gave up the open sky and moved yourself to the earth instead. You gave a choice for you if you could. Now you're a young woman, already 16, and you're not curious what the world has to offer.
Adventure.
It's so hard to choose. Back home, there's a familiarity. I know what it is, I'll be happy there. But outside, I can't say that what's waiting for me. Before, I didn't know whether I'd go or how far or how long. And to tell you the truth, I still don't. She looks up, her eyes shining bright. But here I am, outside in the great unknown. And now I want to see all those places from Mom and Tad's bedtime stories. Her tone is confident, free and certain, as though she's at least confirming a long-term held truth. I see. Well, would you look at the time? Morning already. I won't keep you any longer, Rhiannon. Go see all there is to see. Miss Owen, now satisfied, escorts her guest out with the same resolve she'd shown when she insisted Rhiannon stay the night. Rhiannon leaves the inn and turns to wave at Miss Owen.
Goodbye, ma'am. We'll write to you as often as we can.
Miss Owen pauses, and then her lips curl into a smile.
That's my girl.
Oh, it's her mom.
I figured my disguise was almost perfect.
Miss Owen's face begins to shift and distort, her bones and cartilage rearranging themselves beneath her skin. Though somewhat obscured by the black veil, the sharp, elegant features that emerge cannot belong to only one woman. I told myself if you carelessly told a stranger all your family business, I'd have no choice but to take you home. When did you figure it out? Rhiannon gives a proud little flourish with her wand, and their perched undoubtedly queen fledglings chirp in celebration.
Ma'am.
I knew it all along, ma'am. Okay, that's kind of sweet. Her mom was worried and went back to check on her. Huh. Nah, that's kind of sweet. Alright, let's go. Again, let's get a skill. Oh, that's useful. Wow, immediately start with battle, huh? Okay. Alright. Carry on. Another fight, Jesus, man. Right, carry on. Lucky day, thankfully we don't have to fight anymore. Let me see, ultimate damage. Doing ultimate stuff now. Alright. Nice, let's go for that. Yeah, let's go for that. Let's go. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, let's just get more max HP. We need XP. Let's go for the rage one. Battle ahead. Now let's go one expert skill. Let's go riposte. There we go. Let's go for. Let's go a bit defense. Might as well. Let's go max HP. Battle time. Next one. Nice. Perfect. Lightning damage doubled. Awesome. Perfect. Now let's go for that as well. Skill damage. Damn. Alright, last day, finally. Let's go. Alright, I guess this is just the, yeah, it's just, 60 days. Damn, that's crazy. Alright, I guess we can try it. Let's go with skill damage. Alright, ultimate damage. Alright, let's go. Day 6 refining. There we go. Yeah, let's go for that one. We need to heal somehow. Damn it, immediately. I have to go into a fight. That's just bad for us. Alright, round 5 is coming up. There we go. We need HP. Oh, come on, another one? Really? That's just bad RNG, man. Yeah, we're done. We lost. Damn, that was crazy. How the hell we just got into battle after battle. Let me see. Ultimate has 50% fire again. Triggers one ice crystal every 2 rounds. Let's go for that. And of course, we fight immediately. Let's see. Effective beginning is thing. There we go. Alright, we got HP at least, thank God. There we go, finally. Riposte. Let's put riposte. Fine. Guess we're gonna have to. Unavoidable skirmish. So yeah. I think we're gonna die again. We're kind of tankier this time, so not as bad, but still. Alright. Ultimate time. There we go. Max HP. There we go. Yep, need to recover HP. It's pretty much our biggest problem right now, is not getting HP. Yeah, just get HP, honestly. We need to heal ourselves somehow. There we go. Of course. Unavoidable skirmish, let's go. Alright, ultimate. Let's go for rage, I guess. Right, yeah, let's put that one just in case. Another battle, hopefully we'll be alright. A seal with a lot of HP, huh? Alright, hopefully the ultimate actually recovers health. They did a little bit, but like not nearly enough. Alright, we made it, so there's that at least. Alright, let me fuck it, why not? I just need to heal myself. Yeah, of course. I think we might be screwed this time. Right, healing, a bit of healing there, so that's good for us. $65 healing, so not bad. But still. I think we're done for. Yeah, the guy heals himself. Yeah, see, the guy just heals himself, and we really won't be able to do enough damage to kill him, won't we? Nah, man, so close, but so far. Okay, ultimate is gonna trigger, and we might just be able to do it. There you go. Fuck it, I don't care, might as well. Yes. Fuck it, let's go. Oh, is that thing just stuck there? Oh, man. Okay, it's actually good healing, actually. I think we might actually be alright. The guy do a bit of damage, but we can heal the damage they do pretty much. That's good. Let's go magic each round, why not? Let's see. If we can out-heal the damage they do, and we should be pretty good. Alright, yeah, and our magic increasing so much. Basic attack damage increase. Okay, awesome. Thank God, more health. Let's just go for max HP. And as much as HP as we can. Our defense is pretty much stale, so we can't do anything about that. Okay, we're just rocking their asses, so that's good. Okay, perfect. Alright, let's go. Sucks that we're only getting defense and stuff. Alright. There we go. Yeah, let's go for that. More damage. We gotta kill them fast, I guess. Yeah, it's getting a bit stronger each time we do stuff. Alright, should be able to kill him. Next, there we go. Perfect. Ultimate damage, let's go. We're halfway there, so that's good. Oh, good god. Yeah, let's go for that. Recover HP, let's go for that. Yeah, let's go for that. More HP, please. Thank you. Nice, let's go for that. Let's go for that. Right, let's see how this one goes. Oh, perfect. And alright, I think we're just done. Yep, we just win. Alright, let's go. We start with full health. Basically have ultimate right away. Then he's up. There we go. Yep, we're good. Let's go for more magic. There we go. There we go. I don't think it'll reach the 5th round, but still, so it's good to be prepared. Lucky day. Let's go for that one. Another battle. Nice. Let's go for that one. Okay, let's go for that. Alright, let's see how fast we kill these guys. Oh yeah. Well, don't need the ultimate to kill them. Just put everything on offense. Yeah, let's go for that. Yep, we don't even need the ultimate, we're just kicking their asses. Yeah, let's go for Fire's Lightning every round. Ultimate damage, that's pretty good. Yeah, let's go for this. Yeah, we have so much healing stuff that we should be alright. Okay, acquire an expert skill. Skill damage up. Yeah, let's just recover stuff. There we go. Alright, let's see how this world goes. Yeah, we just win instantly, essentially. Yep, there we go. Yep, let's go for that. Right, Right, it should be no problem. Yep, see? Right, well, almost done. Alright, last one. There we go. Didn't even get him the chance to do anything. Yay! Alright, there we go. Anyway, it was just a little bit of an introduction on who Meryl's new life was, essentially, after she essentially died. Yeah, unfortunately here, on summoning Rhiannon, what I got was, where is it? Nope, where is it? I got Eternity, which I didn't have, so, well, that's something at least, but yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna get her, really. Hey, Crystal.
Hello.
But yeah,
Could you help
that was
me?
quite fun, I will say. Next time, I guess I'll try to do the, probably there's gonna be the endings for the Cinema of Silence. There are 2 new endings here. I'll probably just show off the endings. I don't know if there's any new content besides the endings, but I guess we'll see. Other than that, that's gonna be it for now. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time for more Reverse 1999. Ciao.